New this week from Massive Publishing, Zorro, Man of the Dead, issue number 4 by Sean Gordon Murphy. In this passionate finale issue, Sean Gordon Murphy emblazons the spirit of Zorro in readers both new and old. And while I'm personally really saddened to see the series conclude with 4 issues, because I personally could have read this as an ongoing series and I want to see new installments of Zorro, like Zorro 2099. But ultimately, I'm really just happy that this story exists in the first place. Zorro, Man of the Dead is a true adventure series with exciting, inventive action sequences and poster-worthy splash pages that only Sean Murphy knows how to deliver. If you're a fan of properties like Indiana Jones or Batman even, or any classic Western film, then I think you should definitely check out Zorro, Man of the Dead when it hits shelves in July. Alright, let's check out issue number 4 now with some spoilers. After the shocking cliffhanger ending of the last issue, where we saw Zorro shot as he attempts to raid the base of the pseudo-dictator of La Vega, Rojo, we see Zorro's compatriots led by the ex-mercenary El Cementerio, who looks like the Punisher, and now I really want Sean Murphy to do a Punisher comic, and I don't know what it would be, but I can dream, okay? As they attempt to rescue Zorro from the hands of the cartel and a hail of gunfire. However, in their attempt, our heroes leave behind Rosa, Zorro's sister, who is captured by the sinister Rojo. This allows for Rojo to learn the truth about Zorro's identity and the reason for Rosa's betrayal of the cartel in the first place, all at once. As he is told by his right-hand man Trejo that Zorro is Diego, Rosa's brother. Rosa does a great job of belittling and striking fear into Rojo in this scene by citing his recent failures and spelling out his fate at the hands of the cartel leadership if he fails to capture Zorro one more time. Meanwhile, Diego awakens after being transported down the river by the villagers to safety and renounces the title of Zorro, resigning to be captured by Rojo as a sacrifice in exchange for Rosa and as punishment for his failure. However, as Diego walks back towards La Vega in pity, his comrades devise a plan to ensure that Zorro remains a symbol of hope and peace for all. Back in the cartel compound, Rosa is tortured for information by Rojo's gang, but is saved by the best and most underrated character in the series, Bandito, who is Zorro's faithful fox companion, which he's always had in like Zorro folklore, but never seems to make it into popular media. Bandito manages to chew through Rosa's bonds and take a message back to the villagers. Then Rosa is paraded through the streets of La Vega by Rojo, as he calls out to Zorro directly to give himself up and to submit to the cartel leadership. Surprisingly, Diego appears and submits himself to Rojo without protest. But before Diego can make his ultimate sacrifice, the entire township of La Vega emerges from the alleyways and streets, dressed as Zorro and with painted faces for the Day of the Dead. With this distraction, Diego is whisked away by his priest companion and dons the signature wide-brimmed hat and mask of Zorro once more and marches down Rojo, where he disarms him with clever swordplay and then cuts his fucking head off. Let me tell you, it is one of the most beautiful comic splash pages that I have seen this year. It shouldn't be, but it is. This comic utilized the legacy character of Zorro both faithfully and refreshingly, telling a timeless story that felt relevant and somewhat modernized. And I really love the through-line idea here of Diego being so obsessed with Zorro as a child that he grows up and literally believes that he is Zorro, but then he has to come to terms with, what does it mean to be Zorro? I also really loved how essential the townspeople and the character of La Vega itself as a city were. It felt like we were exploring the mythology of a place and a people rather than just the story of one man, which was a nice touch in a story that could have felt redundant. I hope that this comic in some way can encourage more returns to the character of Zorro in general. I feel like he was such an iconic character and part of my childhood, and I think that he could be a more prolific hero in modern times if given the chance. Remember to support your local comic book store and grab Zorro, Man of the Dead, issue number 4, on shelves now. Just a quick example of Sean Murphy's beautiful and complex artwork on any given page of this comic series. Bandito literally being the best boy. God, this is so cool. Maybe I just want more historical fiction pieces from Sean Murphy specifically, like genre pieces. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you end a comic book, baby. And yeah, once again, trade paperback coming out in July.